10 bad habits that instantly alienate people. Everyone wants to be liked and respected, that much is obvious. However, you might not be aware of the fact that certain of your actions genuinely turn people off from you. We go over a list of undesirable habits in this video that might repel people and make them rethink wanting to be near you. And while it may be simple to notice these patterns in others, it may be more difficult to spot them in ourselves. Self-awareness development is essential because of this. We can better comprehend how we connect with people and how our actions and words may be taken by others if we are self-aware. So let's get started and discover more about the terrible habits that can make you unlikable. Making assumptions is number 1. One of the worst habits you may have is this one. You know, when you assume things about individuals or circumstances without first verifying the facts, people really don't appreciate it. Making assumptions can result in misunderstandings, incorrect assessments of the situation, and inaccurate accusations and conclusions. Not to mention, it gives the impression that you are conceited and dismissive of other people's viewpoints. So try being more curious rather than making assumptions and acting accordingly. Spend some time gathering information, analyzing it, and being open to different viewpoints. Additionally, it can be beneficial to show others respect, be considerate of other viewpoints, and be willing to modify your own when necessary. Monopolizing the conversation is number 2. It might be challenging for many people to agree on how much talking is appropriate. Some people are just naturally talkativer than others, while some people just don't like being the focus of attention. However, if you're one of those persons who dominates conversations, stands at the head of the line, or is constantly the loudest in the room, others will become tired of you. A lot. Someone will eventually tune out anything else you have to say if they begin to feel ignored or excluded, even though you might not even be aware of it. And you don't want it at all. In order to show interest in what others have to say, let them speak as well. Number 3. Complaining or boasting excessively. This kind of conduct can be really unsettling. By boasting, you give the impression that you have little interest in developing yourself. You only care about looking well. People may also think they can't relate to you because of it. Just as detrimental as boasting is complaining. It makes others uneasy, and rather than making them like you more, they can start to feel sorry for you. It's time to change if you have a poor habit of boasting or venting excessively. People do not appreciate hearing about how wonderful you believe yourself to be, and they certainly do not appreciate hearing about how awful everyone else is. On the same vein, you should refrain from spreading false information about others in order to enhance your own reputation. Acting like a know-it-all is number 4. It's tempting to try to impress people by showcasing your extensive knowledge, but this is a poor habit that will make them despise you right away. Sure, we all get a bit giddy when we discover something that others are unaware of, but there is a narrow line between being intelligent and being annoying. Additionally, when you act like you know everything, you give the impression that you don't value other people. Although having confidence in who you are and what you have to offer is a positive thing, if you always feel the need to impress others, it may come across as arrogance rather than confidence. Getting way too drunk is number 5. Although you may believe that showing off your fun side by downing that line of tequila shots will win you more admirers, this is frequently not the case. Your inhibitions are decreased when you consume too much alcohol, making it simpler for you to say and do things you ordinarily wouldn't. Additionally, this frequently entails acting in an impolite or inappropriate manner in social settings. Additionally, it may cause others to feel uneasy around you and worry that you'll do something foolish or risky. I know it doesn't sound as exciting, but the best way to avoid it is to limit yourself to 1 drink every hour and keep a glass of water handy so you can reach for it if your mouth starts to feel dry or if you start to feel tipsy. Being polite with some people but not others is number 6. Even if you're not conscious of it, it's obvious when you're speaking with someone who is obviously less significant than someone else in the room. With that person, you might be speaking in a softer tone or using fewer words. This exhibits disrespect and a lack of consideration for the feelings of others. It's understandable how someone can feel slighted by your behavior if you treat them with contempt or as though they don't deserve the same amount of respect as someone else. It's crucial to be equally polite to everyone if you want to come off as more likable. Therefore, be sure that your manners are the same everywhere. Telling inappropriate stories, jokes, or anecdotes. Number 7. This unwelcome behavior might foster a hostile environment. It gives people the impression that they are not valued and may even cause social unrest or hurt sentiments. You'd think that people would be more understanding of your transgressions in the heat of the moment, but if you insult someone with an improper anecdote or joke, they will remember it. Remember that what could be hurtful to one person may be humorous to another. The important thing is to keep the conversation's context and your relationship to the other person in mind. It's acceptable to have a dark sense of humor, but before you share it with others, make sure they approve. The 8th offense is disregarding other people's time. The other person feels disrespected and irrelevant when you arrive late. Don't return calls when you say you will, or take too long to reply to emails. They'll assume you're unreliable if they're unwilling to give you the benefit of the doubt. In either case, keeping someone waiting is impolite and inconsiderate. When you make a commitment, keep it. Respecting others' time is a simple method to win their favor because it demonstrates your concern. After all, if you value your time, others should as well. Being overly dramatic is number 9. Are you the type of person that likes to make a scene or exaggerate things? If so, I have some unfavorable news for you. When you are being overly theatrical, people can tell, and they don't appreciate it. This behavior not only detracts from the environment, but it also makes it challenging for others to take you seriously. Additionally, it gives the impression that you are trying to promote yourself. People who have a tendency to overreact and make mountains out of molehills are unpleasant to be around. Everyone finds it draining, and it gives you the impression that you lack emotional control. You don't have to maintain your composure at all times, but try to avoid making small things into major ones. Understand that there are circumstances in which it is appropriate to let things go and move on. Not respecting boundaries is number 10. People will immediately notice if you don't respect boundaries, which will make them detest you. We all have various comfort levels when it comes to touching, sharing personal information, etc., and it's simple for folks to feel violated when someone crosses those boundaries. Interpersonal connections require you to respect other people's limits. This entails respecting other people's privacy, right to their own opinions, and right to their own physical and emotional space. Even though some of these poor behaviors may appear little and unimportant, they can make other people feel uneasy around you. Until someone points it out, you might not even be doing these things. So, be more conscious of how you act and interact with others if you want to be more likable. These negative habits that can be irritating other people should be stopped. Give this video a thumbs up if you find it useful and tell your friends about it so we can make more like it. Click the subscribe button to see more content like this, and don't forget to activate the notification bell. Watch our other videos as well if you haven't already. Thank you for viewing.